Hello. I'm wandering around this place, a random place in the UK, which is where I'm staying. And part of me is like, oh, someone's going to geoguess everywhere you've been, but that's okay because it's not like I'm actually staying here. Yeah. So, I wanted to talk today about something that feels kind of interesting. Basically, I've been feeling very proud of myself because I feel like I've been really living my life, and there's sort of a few clusters of concepts. I'm gonna explore this area. There's a few clusters of experiences and concepts that have led me to approach my life as I do. And what is this? Wow, there's like a park. Okay, so starting with I feel like I've been really immersed in my life. Like I've been really going for things that are at the edge of my comfort zone, and then just diving into it and seeing what happens, and sometimes getting burned and sometimes becoming more alive, and I think that there's a lot of turbulence around how what happens when you mess around with your life. And I was like, okay, what if I try this? And I did. And it can feel really intense, no matter whether it's a success or a failure. And regardless, I feel wow, I am not going to regret doing all of this travel and venturing and sort of playing with my own limits, because it has led to experiences, outcomes, friendships, opportunities that I wouldn't have even been able to imagine. So it feels like I have jumped into a waterfall, and I don't think I will really ever be one to be like, oh, I didn't really do anything with my life. I'm doing shit and it's terrifying and exhilarating and amazing. And I could probably take it further. So we'll see, but it all depends on every person and their limits and whatnot. But anyways, some things that I was thinking about that make me feel like I'm able to do things like this is that when there's something scary that I'm kind of facing this jump, what really helps is when I am propelled by, when I'm drawn by something, oh, this thing is really compelling and this really makes me want to go there. And yes, it's scary to jump, but it's worth it. And that feeling is what allows me to go for something. Whereas if I'm just feeling scared, then there's not enough of an incentive for me to go for to make the jump, and in fact I'll probably miss it and fail. And so there's kind of this constant navigation of, am I moving from a space of love, or am I moving from a space of fear? Another thing that really helps me is that I have had near-death experiences pretty frequently in my life, and then I've also had friends who have passed, or loved ones who have passed. Giving you guys a view of Shoreditch, London. It's a pretty nice neighborhood. It feels safe for me to walk around like this. I might go, smells like curry or something. I might go get some food later. But yeah, another thing is just like, I have been in some accidents. Some were like climbing related. Some were just like accidents that happened, and like having like the experience of waking up the morning after something dramatic like that, or the experience of having someone you love pass away, or the experience of having someone you love almost pass away, like near death experiences. All of these are so clarifying, because I like that morning after, or like the hours immediately after, feel like they, one second, feels like the hours after, it feels like the world clarifies itself into this flat line, and all of these shades of gray of doubts or like concerns or pettiness or more ego-based questions all fade away, and you realize like, oh, I could have just died right then and there, and like what actually mattered in that moment. If I had died yesterday, what would have mattered? What would I regret? What would I feel if I like, what if that was my life? You know, like what if that was the end of my story right then and there? It was however many years long. This is what I managed to do. And yeah, that's that. That was like that's my little chapter book. And it becomes really clear, it became very clear to me, like, that a lot of small grievances were not really worth holding on to. A lot of striving around, like, ego-created striving, like the need to impress someone, or like trying to get someone who doesn't like you to like you, or like trying to be cool, like all it was very like teenage high school type of dynamics that actually don't matter at all. And what really stood out to me was more around like, oh, the people who really love me, the people who really care about me, and that I could sense that in very clear relief in these hours after something dramatic that could have taken my life. Let's see, anything else? And then, yeah, I think there was also this feeling of regretting not things that I did not do, not usually things that I did do, and like regretting not showing up more, regretting not diving in. And so it can be scary to do, but I feel like these were just such powerful lessons for me from those experiences, that it really helps me reground in what's important in my life and how I want my life to go. And when I design my life and when I live my life, it's like keeping death close by. Having an intimate relationship with death actually helps me appreciate the love that exists, and yeah, just enjoy a lot of the beauty and care that exists around me, and it also lets me like let go of things that I don't have any control over, that like really don't matter at the end of the day. So yeah, this was also very rambly, but that's it for today. See you guys.